connecting.
Which camera? All three of them?
Nah, just the main one.
Which one? Middle?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm still figuring things out on the fly. Let's see how it looks though. It's a little dark, but I think they get the message. Yeah, I do need to get the side ones though. It's kind of too late. Fuck it. What's good, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to the Q and Day Show. We are your host. I am Day. This is Q, aka QCB. I'm Day, aka Day by Day with an I, not a Y. And this is the series premiere.
Yes.
Of the Q and Day Show.
Let's go, man.
We're gonna get straight into it. First off, Q, what's good, man? How you doing? How you feeling?
Man, I feel great, man. Everything's nice, and I'm ready to get it, man. I'm glad to look. We make magic happen.
Yeah, and that's why I was like, yo, we have to, because anytime we do something, anytime we create any type of content and put it out, we always get like the same type of comments, like, "Oh, y'all are so funny when y'all do stuff." Oh man, da 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 da.
QB kicking your ass when y'all be doing the sports talk. I get it.
Nah. You think you do, because you may throw out a whole bunch of words and old numbers that you think mean something. But I like to focus on the big picture. But we're going to get into it. We're going to get into that. They're going to see. How was your? Well, it's the weekend now. How was last weekend for you? Cinco weekend.
Yeah.
The first. I think that was the first weekend in May. But how was your past week? I should say.
It was straight, man, and no complaints, But I still hadn't seen Sinners, so people like black people are trying to push us to the theaters to see Sinners. They're gonna take our black cards. So I was trying to go see it, and Michael B. Jordan. I'm almost Michael B. Jordan out.
Really?
Almost.
Why is that?
I just cut the creeds. He was always mean and yelling, and he was always in his girlfriend / fiance / wife's face.
Yeah.
He was always screaming at her. He was just angry the whole movie.
Well, I didn't see the third one. Push your mic down just a tad bit, just so it's not in the way right there. I didn't see the third Creed. I only seen the first two. But no, I've never seen. I have yet to see Sinners as well. So everyone's talking about it, but I heard that if you've seen Dusk to Dawn, then you've seen Sinners.
Yeah, it's a vampire movie.
Yeah,
whatever. But anyway, my week was good though.
Well, speaking of that, let me ask you this, because you're a movie buff, right?
Yes.
Mostly Christmas movies, but all in all, you're a movie buff.
Yes.
What's your favorite vampire movie?
Man, that's a dope ass question. I don't want to say, Vampire in Brooklyn or Blade.
Nah. Those are vampire movies, yeah, but I mean, like,
my favorite vampire. You know what? It's the Dracula, the one that was made probably about 7 years ago. I forgot the actor name.
Okay. Dracula from 7 years ago.
Yeah, about 7 years ago.
I gotta see which one you're talking about exactly.
Years ago.
Okay.
It was pretty damn good.
All right.
It was like a new age Dracula.
I got to look that up.
Yeah.
My favorite vampire movie would be The Lost Boys.
Classic.
Yeah,
Kiefer Sutherland, all them guys. Yeah.
Absolute
Damn, that's
classic.
a classic one right there, dude.
Yeah, that's my favorite right there.
Damn.
But also last weekend, I went to the Kendrick Lamar and SZA concert that you kind of like clowned me. You was like clowning me for going because it was a little tiny bit of rain or something.
Tiny bit of rain?
Yeah. During the show, it was a little bit of rain. Yeah, it stormed before and after, but
you damn right.
During it was dope.
I heard it slowed up when it was the concert started.
Yeah.
It was straight.
Right.
But then when y'all was walking to your car, I heard it pour it back down again.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, but
it did.
But the most important part, I saw your stories. I saw so many people's stories and just, I don't know, it just felt like it was a giant Black Panther meeting. Drake was right, man. Kendrick do be rapping like he trying to get the slaves freed.
Are you serious?
I'm a fan of Kendrick, but I can't do too much of that, the conscious rap.
But it wasn't even conscious rap though. He did his hits, and he did his hits before GNX, and he did his hits from GNX.
What the hell is GNX? A Vitamins? What's that?
It's a car, Grand National, I believe.
Yeah. Oh, the name of his album.
Yes. So it's a GNX tour, so he has to perform songs from his newest joint.
Right.
But all in all, he had did his classics. He did DNA, he did Family Ties, he did
he should have did Money Trees and brought out my man.
He did do
J-Rock.
Money Trees. He didn't bring out J-Rock,
Damn,
but
Kendrick.
He did Money Trees.
You selfish bastard.
He did Money Trees. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it was a good show.
Do you even do Poetic Justice or he?
Yeah, he did Poetic Justice.
He did do Poetic Justice.
He did Poetic Justice, yeah.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
I like some of his stuff, man. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Humble and all that stuff. I like some of his. We gonna be all right, but when on your
He did
story, when you was like, you know, first of all, you had sunglasses on.
Yeah.
Whatever.
That's what I do.
Right. And I saw like the backdrop of the stage looked amazing inside the Bank of America Stadium where the Panthers is a funeral there every Sunday when the Panthers play.
Yeah.
It was like I saw some Black Power fist or something. That's what I'm saying. It's like y'all was in a Black Panther meeting.
He's pro-black. That doesn't.
We all are.
All right. So he shows it from time to time.
On,
What's the big deal?
Did he have a Phoenix Shakur hologram come out there? Stop it, man.
I mean, he's pro-black and he represents Compton. That's all it is. Like everyone knows you get that with Kendrick.
Yeah. All right.
But it was a great show. Yes, I had on sunglasses and I took down my sunglasses when SZA was on stage to get a clear cut glimpse of that ass. She has the best BBL in the game. I'm willing to bet anybody with that. SZA for sure has the best BBL in the game because she has the turkey legs.
Yeah,
she got them nice turkey legs, and she didn't do too much with the BBL. She has a heart butt. You know them heart butts where it's like the top part is heavy.
I can't believe she got. I mean, come on, man.
Well,
did she need that? Well, some of them don't need it. They just do it because they got the money. They in the limelight. I'm gonna get mine done.
I think it's a music industry thing as well. Like once you're in the music industry, I think it's just certain things that I don't know.
Did Glorilla get hers done? Because I've been seeing her pop on social media just showing her ass all of a sudden.
Yeah, she said she didn't get her ass done, but she got her boobs done.
Yeah, okay, whatever.
Seems like they are. How you feel about that fake boobs?
Can't stand them.
I hate fake
absolutely
boobs.
Stand them.
And I'm a titty boy.
Yeah.
2 Chainz.
Yeah.
I love titties, Q, but I do not rock with fake joints.
I can't rock with them, man. You're absolutely right about that. We agree on that. Damn, that's just terrible.
Yeah.
Did you see the SZA movie with her and Keke Palmer?
I ain't see that joint.
I thought it was. Yeah, it wasn't. I mean, it got Rotten Tomato 93%, and it's like a female type of version of Friday. But I was trying to rock with it. I ain't even finished. I was like, I
have to see at this point.
It was stale on me.
I watch such little TV and movies that I have to really
be into something,
be invested, and trust that it's going to be something good. Like everyone's saying see Sinners. I'm gonna see it at some point.
Yeah,
but like I don't watch movies like that, so I have to really be like, okay,
I'm gonna check it out.
Boom, and I just didn't get that vibe from that, you know. But they are coming out with a new Jordan Peele movie. Him.
I saw it because I'm a trailer guy. I didn't see the trailer. I didn't see Marlon Wayans screaming on it.
She's in it.
It's a sports horror movie.
Yeah, and you know him.
What the hell are we doing?
Because you know everyone says I'm him.
I'm him.
So that's. But I haven't seen the trailer. But that's for.
I refuse to click on it.
Strategic purposes. This is one of those movies I'm not going to watch any trailer. Just like the new Final Destination, because they're going to show all the killings. I don't want to see any trailers until the movie happens.
Okay. Well, trailers you need to watch. Denzel Washington.
Mm-hmm. He's a new Spike Lee joint, right?
Highest to lowest.
Okay.
It's a remake of like a Japanese movie from back in the 50s or 60s called High to Low.
Okay.
So that's this little remake. And also Echo Valley with Sydney Sweeney. There's some dope movies coming out, man. Some dope movies coming out.
All right. I'm going to check them out. All right, well, let's get into it, man.
Let's go, man.
For those who don't know, this is going to be a football mostly with a splash of entertainment show. Yes. So we just gave y'all a good 8 minutes of some good entertainment, but we're going to get into football because we got a Dallas Cowboy fan here, as you can see, and we have a Philadelphia Eagles fan. So this is the perfect storm that we're dealing with, if you would. What is that? 5 rings?
It says, "How about them?
How about them rings?
How about them rings?" And you can count the 5, can't you?
How old were you when y'all won y'all last ring?
I think I was 18.
No, you were younger than that, weren't you? You were 18?
What you mean, 18? What you talking about?
All right, you were 18? Okay, I'll give you that.
18, yeah, 18. You give it to me?
So you were a
Yeah, I was a teenager, 18.
You were a teenager?
Yeah.
And you're what?
48
69? 48 now. You were 18 when y'all, damn.
I saw us win 3 Super Bowls, though.
I've seen my Birds win 2 so far. And
so you still behind me.
And we damn sure getting another one. Jalen Hurts for sure.
So get another one?
Yeah, I think we'll two-peat. I mean,
y'all right there. That's how you started 2-peat. Got to win 1. So you're right there.
I think Jalen Hurts he has 1 so far. I think he'll finish with at least 3.
Damn, at least 3.
Yeah,
you know it's hard to go back now.
Everybody
can't do what
we know.
Everybody can't do what we did.
We know. We got our ass kicked last year by Tampa after going and losing to Kansas City because they put us on that BS field. So yeah, we know all about it. We know all about it.
The what field?
The BS field they had us on.
Oh, okay. So when y'all was on the field for y'all possessions and the ball went to the other team, they changed the football field?
Well,
y'all was on the same field the whole game?
They didn't get the same field. They didn't.
Okay.
They didn't get any. They didn't get any sacks neither, though. Here's my thing. You saw what we did to Mahomes just 3 months ago, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, our D-line was good this year, not great. 2 years ago when we went to the Super Bowl, our D-line was great. Second of all time in sacks in a single season.
Right.
And you mean to tell me we couldn't get one? You mean to tell me technically that was a better D-line than what we have now? We couldn't get one sack in that Super Bowl on Mahomes?
Right, you did.
Look at the film. We slipped and busted our ass on every single play. I'm willing to die on this hill. Back me up in the chat, whether you're on YouTube or Twitch. I'm willing to die on this hill that if we were on a regular field, we would have had not necessarily a remake of what just happened, but we would have had some sacks and we would have altered the game. Our defensive line would have.
You think so?
I know so.
Oh, okay.
They set us up. Roger Goodell set us up. He doesn't like the birds.
Collusion, right?
Yep. Well, let's get into it, man. So, hot off the press recently, your Dallas Cowboys signed NFL YoungBoy.
Yeah.
George Pickens. Yep. First and foremost, what's your thoughts on it?
Well, I thought it was a tremendous signing because we hadn't had a signing big like this in a long time. You know, Uncle Jerry Jones, I call him Uncle Jerry. Uncle Jerry Jones has a history of not making big moves.
Right.
People made a big deal about not getting Derrick Henry, not even calling Derrick Henry. When Derrick Henry said, they ain't even called me. I even got a few homes in Dallas.
Yep.
So I thought it was tremendous to do that, to add to the receiving core we already have. And we hadn't had a receiving core quite like this in a long time. So I was excited about it. Absolutely. I didn't go crazy, but it's a good signing.
Okay, so you like the signing.
I know he's a locker room guy.
Yeah.
A bad kind of, because for Pittsburgh to give up Pickens and you got Metcalf, you didn't even get a chance to see what they could do on the field together. Right. Tomlinson, you know what? We're going to get his ass out of here.
Yeah. I mean, again, his name, and this goes back to Georgia. He was wilding out in Georgia.
Yeah.
He was fighting people in Georgia. He's one of those types of players. But real quick before I get to the question that I have for you, you said y'all haven't had a wide receiver core like this in a minute. Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't y'all just have Amari Cooper, CeeDee Lamb, and Michael Gallup?
Dude, that's like 5 years ago.
It's recent.
It's a long time ago. In football years, that's a long time ago.
It is. All right, cool. All right, so you obviously know he's a personality dude. So
Absolutely.
So what are your thoughts on as far as how he would mesh in the locker room with the team?
I think it's going to be historic.
Break that down.
History's going to be made. He's going to go in that locker room. He's going to do a 180. And because when you put that star on, it's a new situation. We don't have no goofy animal on our helmet, on our uniform. We got no goofy ass animal. We have a damn star for a reason. And when you put that damn star on, it just brings something out of you. Play different. You know what? I was acting like a fool up there in Pittsburgh or whatever. I'm in Dallas now. Damn. It is different here. $1 billion playground, aka Jerry's World. You got guys around you. It's just you got these the Hall of Famers every damn where.
Right.
It's everywhere, every turn. Hall of Fame. Come to the game, support. I'm telling you, man. Past players, current players. It's just a whole different thing. I think it's gonna be historic. Some magic is gonna happen. So I think the signing was great. He's gonna be a good locker room guy. And I just think it's a second chance for him. He's going to take advantage of the opportunity.
No, that sounds sweet and dandy because it's preseason. But what about when we get to the season?
Yeah.
You guys are handing it off to Javonte Williams. You're throwing it to CD. Your tight end. What's your tight end's name again? Ferguson.
Future Hall of Famer.
Jake Ferguson.
Future Hall of Famer Ferguson. That's what we call him.
Slow down. Jake Ferguson, who I like.
Yeah.
The ball is getting spread around, and Pickens is getting just as much, if not less, receptions or targets as he did in Pittsburgh. And he starts to get frustrated. Then what?
I don't think that's going to happen. Because I think when you come to Dallas, you know you're number 2 behind CeeDee Lamb, man. Like, you already know that. So just come in and get in with your feet, and you're going to be an intricate part of what we're trying to accomplish. And we want to get back to how one of them high-powered offenses that we've had before. And I think he knows his role. He's not finna go there and think he's a number one guy. Absolutely not.
We'll see. I think that's easier said than done again.
You think he's finna go there with the mindset,
I think he's going to go with good intentions.
Yes.
Anybody would in the beginning. See, doing it in the beginning is easy. When you're not hit, when the shit doesn't hit the fan yet, that's easy.
I give you props. That's what happened with Antonio Brown when he went down to Tampa, and
we know how that ended.
Right, absolutely. Super gremlin.
Yeah, so we know how that ended. So what I'm saying is like, yeah, of course he's going to go into it like, yeah, okay, I'm here to make a 180, be a team player, yeah. But then as the season goes, targets drop, bonus checks aren't what they could be if he would have had more catches, so on and so forth. That's going to creep up. And that's when we're going to see what's really good. Right now, of course, he's going to be, clean slate, all that. Yeah. But when the shit hits the fan, that's when we're going to see what's really going to happen, what's really good.
Well, let me tell you what I think he's going to keep a straight and narrow because he signed a 1-year deal.
It's a 1 year?
And did we know, man, when these players, these professional athletes, especially NFL, when they contract year, they're gonna be best behavior and play out of their mind so they get that big deal, and then they may act the fool after that. But I think contract year, yes, I think
Oh yeah, tell me all about it. Eagles, we're notorious for giving those 1-year deals, but the thing is, if you show out, then we'll take care of you, just like what happened with Zach Bond.
Yeah,
like we do 1-year deals galore. Like we stay doing that. So I already know how that goes. All right, let me get a stat prediction from you for George Pickens.
I think you're gonna have a 1,000-yard guy. We got 2 receivers with 1,000 yards.
That's doable,
right? So I mean, he had 900 in Pittsburgh with no quarterback,
right?
Quote unquote. And you have a top 10 quarterback in Dak Prescott. Whether you want to say about him or not, he could be closer to 10 on your list. He could be closer to 5, whatever. If you name 10 quarterbacks, he's in your top 10. So don't even try to do nothing like that. But yeah, pretty good quarterback throwing the ball. And he's a good route runner. I think I'm not finna get into all them goofy wide receiver cliches. He could take the top off of defense and stretch the field. No, dude. I think he'll get him 1,000 yards this year.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, he had 800 his rookie year.
Yep.
1,100 his sophomore year, and last year he had 900 with Russ.
Yep.
And Justin Fields. We'll give Justin Fields his props. So yeah, it's doable.
Yeah, it's doable. It's right around the corner. It's no big stretch to say that he get 1,000.
Well, didn't Dak when the year? I think it was like 2 or 3 years where y'all just had that let me correct this. High-powered regular season offense when you had Cooper, you had Gallup and CD. Did Cooper and CD both go for 1,000? I know CD did because he's had 4 or 5 consecutive seasons with 1,000.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure. Or it was Gallup. I'm pretty sure y'all have had multiple receivers capturing 1,000 receiving yards in the season.
Cooper had 1,000 that year. You talking maybe 2021 when we had all them guys, and Dak just took his pickings.
Yeah,
you want this? Okay, well, you want to touch down? We're playing the Eagles. We're gonna sweep them. Yeah. What you want to do? But I don't know. They both had 1,000, but I definitely know they both got off though.
Yeah, I mean, I'm saying y'all familiar with having a high-powered passing offense in the regular season.
Yeah.
Now, do you think that he can help get over that postseason hump?
Well, listen, we have a lot of holes. Number one, I mean, you have a lot of holes. We have a lot of holes. Okay.
I was ready to say, tell me about it.
Right. We have a lot of holes, so we got to learn how to tackle. Michael Parsons had to show up in the postseason. The man have all these double-digit sacks during the regular season, but the postseason doesn't show up. Everybody disappears defensively in the postseason, and so that's another story for another day. But as far as our offense goes, listen, we just have a lot of holes, man. So it's gonna be tough. Yeah. But I think we built for it though.
Does he at least help fill one of those holes?
Yeah, absolutely, man. Yeah. We didn't pick up a scrub.
Y'all didn't.
Yeah, we got Turpin, we got CD. Now we got another guy that Dak can throw it to, and of course we got the check down king, the security blanket, and future Hall of Famer Ferguson. We right there.
All right.
Right there. So we got to get our shit together.
Yeah. Okay. I want to derail for just a half a second and ask you this trade. What does it mean for the Pittsburgh Steelers that they gave up George Pickens for what, a 2027 6th-round pick, I believe?
It means Mike Tomlin, he's losing it. He's losing it.
Yeah, you're not a crazy Mike Tomlin. You're not a big Mike Tomlin fan, right?
When I say he's in the same category as Mike McCarthy, people want to, give me $150. And all that slang you try to talk, you know what $150 is?
Yeah, I know what $150 is.
Okay, because
do you know why they call it $150?
Why they call it $150?
I'm asking, do you know?
No, I just know it's a razor blade across the face.
So you're just saying stuff you don't even know what the meaning behind it is? That's what we're doing now?
Well, because you need 150 stitches to get your face back straight?
That's one of them, yeah.
Man, that's that difficult? Well, I did know what it meant.
Yeah, I'm saying. I just had to make sure.
Yeah.
I don't say $150, but yes, I think everyone knows what it is.
You use a lot of slang and you from the country or something.
I talk normal, how a normal person from Maryland talks. As far as slang.
You're a wild bull.
If I've ever said bull, it's to be funny. I'm not a Philly. I don't talk Philly. You want me to talk Philly?
You talking it now.
How?
You saying Philly?
Philly? What are you talking about? That's
you doing it now.
That's my accent.
Philly. I told they called me one day. He was coming to the studio and said, Q, I just put up on South Bully. Man, say Boulevard, man. South Bully. You're not from up north, man.
I'm from Maryland.
You from the same place Bubba Gump from, man. I pulled up on South Bully. Stop it. Hey, man, y'all go too far with the damn comedy, man. Stop.
Yo, I just talk how I talk. I don't know what you wanted to do.
It making me funny, but Pittsburgh, listen, I thought Tomlin was out of there. I think Tomlin's done topped out at Pittsburgh. We get to no losers. I just think he's in the same category when it comes to Mike McCarthy. He's underachieved with a lot of A-plus top talent. He has the playoff scenario, the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's like Pittsburgh Steelers fans are just happy he didn't have a losing season.
Right.
But you're still not going nowhere. You're
above
not going
500.
Yeah, and a few of those, they act like his non-losing seasons, all of them been like 14-2 or 15-2. No, he got a couple of 500s in there. He got a couple of 9 or whatever's in there. So it doesn't act as if all his non-losing seasons have been like 16-1 or whatever. But I just think he can't find a quarterback. He cannot find a quarterback.
Well, that's the thing. A lot of people are kind of alluding to, did they get rid of Pickens to make space for a quarterback, i.e. Aaron Rodgers?
Right.
My opinion on that is, if you get rid of George Pickens to make room for Aaron Rodgers, then you're a damn fool. I thought that they should have kept Justin Fields. He's young. He's mobile. Form a system around him that caters to his skills, like the Eagles did with Jalen Hurts. I think they should have did that, kept the 2 weapons plus a great tight end that they have, and build around that. Let him use his legs, have him throw out on a pass a lot. But again, they trade him. They don't draft a QB. They bring Mason Rudolph back, who's technically their starter as of today. So again, I think they're doing this to make room for a QB, Aaron Rodgers, which a lot of people are saying. And if that's the case, then I think that's a dumbass move.
Pittsburgh is wasting time.
Yeah.
Listen, a lot of teams we know who have franchise quarterbacks who found success. The Saints with Drew Brees. So we got the Pittsburgh with Roethlisberger. We got the Patriots with Tom Brady. And you could name on, and Panthers with Cam Newton. Before Bryce did what he did last year, people kind of calmed down on that. When you're in a rebuilding situation like that, you have to find you a quarterback. Washington seems like they found theirs with Jaden, and then the Denver Broncos seem like they found theirs with Bo Nix. That came out of nowhere because I thought they were going to finish dead last and not make the playoffs. And then him and Daniels made the playoffs or whatever. We'll get to that later in the show too. But I just think the Steelers, they have so much going on. The front office, the Rooneys are super loyal. But I just think Tomlin's time is up there, man, because the moves they're making doesn't make any sense. Why don't you bring in old ass Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah.
He had weapons with the Jets, and he had a worse year Who was the previous quarterback there? Was it
Zach Wilson.
He had a worse year than Zach Wilson.
Yeah.
And his boys did come.
Right.
He handpicked his offensive coordinator.
Right.
Got him he got solidified.
Did that weird ass reveal with Devontae Adams when he walked stepped into the camera?
Yes.
Like, hey. And he stepped into the camera on some peekaboo. Like,
That's what I'm saying. That was weird. So then he got Devontae. Then they had a pretty good defense, and he still stunk up the gym.
Yeah,
stunk up the field. So I don't think Pittsburgh will work with Aaron Rodgers. I don't know why Tomlin them still like having the door open for him.
Mm-hmm.
If he's banking on Aaron Rodgers to save him and the Steelers, like you said, they got rid of Pickens. If you bring in Aaron Rodgers, why wouldn't you keep Pickens with Metcalf?
Right.
At least give it a go.
Yeah.
But man, arrogant and smug as that bastard Aaron Rodgers is, with that maniac Pickens that we got now, hopefully we could tame him. And then you got Metcalf, who can be a maniac at times as well. That's a lot of egos, man.
Yeah.
A lot of egos. And Tomlin got an ego.
Yeah, I think to close it out with the Steelers, I think Tomlin is too stuck in his ways.
Yes.
Like this isn't the 2010s anymore.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like they have a great defense, cool, but like even like just watching their offense is so damn boring.
Yeah.
Like you have to get with the times. Not saying you have to be a gunslinger like Mahomes now, but you have to use your weapons on offense. You can't just run it 100 times, even though yes, we run it a lot. We're a running team, yes. But we use our weapons.
Yeah,
we have AJ Brown. We have Devontae. Like we use our weapons. Like their offense is so bland when you watch it. I think Tomlin is better off being a coordinator than a head coach for somebody.
I don't know. I wouldn't go that far. At least give him another shot as being the head coach, not D. Come on.
Well, for who?
Well, I'm just I wouldn't throw Tomlin as a coordinator just yet. I give him a little bit more time, but I don't know why he's so big on Justin Fields. He's had 3 years in Chicago, even though he had like 3 different head coaches, and then he got benched in Pittsburgh for Russell Wilson.
Right.
But you still think he's still like a legit shot? Now he's with the Jets now, right?
Yeah, he's with the Jets.
All right.
So we'll see. Yeah. I don't think he had a fair
legit shot.
And this will be, I think it's his last one, but I don't think he's had a fair shot at true development as a QB. I don't. I mean, come on. We know Chicago is a dumpster fire. And then with Pittsburgh, I mean, he won. But then also, again, that offense is so bland. Like I don't think he had true development under their quarterback coach, whoever it is. Their offense is so bland.
Well, the most probably the most exciting player for the Steelers is TJ Watt.
Oh, easily.
That's crazy, right?
Easily.
For your offense. But Justin Fields had 1,000-yard receiver and DJ Moore in Chicago. Mm-hmm. Y'all keep babying him.
Nah, I'm not. We'll see what he does in New York.
Okay.
All right. So real quick to get back to George Pickens.
Yeah. What's
y'all
up?
getting George Pickens. So this caused a lot of stir, if you would, with people saying, okay, the Cowboys have one of the best wide receiver duos in the league. Now, before we get to the league, we're going to stick with the division, and I want to ask you, because this is something that popped up as well.
Yeah.
The better wide receiver duo. The best wide receiver duo in the NFC East, is it now George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb or Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown? Let me get your take first.
I mean, it's not even close. It's CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens. It's not even close. And let me tell you why. If I was a damn UFL football fan or a CFL fan or the Montreal Expos or whatever it is, I thought that was baseball. I'm just saying. A.J. Brown or Devontae Smith, neither one of them is better than CeeDee Lamb. Neither one of them is better than CeeDee Lamb. When you ask guys, people, who's one of the best receivers in the league, they gonna say Justin Jefferson, they gonna say Jamar Chase, or they gonna say CeeDee Lamb. They're not gonna say. Rarely do you hear A.J. Brown name when it comes to one of the top receivers in the NFL.
Yes,
he is a pretty good receiver, but he's not one of the top tier receivers in the NFL. You hear Chase, Lamb, or Jefferson. Come on now.
He's not one of the top tier receivers in the NFL. Let me ask you something.
That's all I'm saying.
But let me ask you something.
Yes.
To be considered, whether it's first team or second team, all pro,
right? Is
that not one of the top tier players at that position in the NFL?
Yeah.
Am I missing something?
No, you're not missing nothing.
That's A.J. Brown. and you're saying he's not one of the top tier
No,
when he just made second team All Pro.
that's fine.
Despite missing multiple games with an injury.
Okay, well, we can't, baby.
When was the last time CD Lamb made All Pro?
I don't know when last time I made All Pro.
That's my point. If we're talking true, hold on. If we're talking true wide receiver, as in an unstoppable person, whether it's routes, speed, hands, physicality, size, jump ball ability, I'm taking A.J. Brown.
You are?
Now, yes, C.D. Lamb is better than A.J. Brown from the slot, but A.J. Brown is a wide receiver. C.D. Lamb is
He's not a, what's C.D. Lamb?
On the paper, he's a wide receiver.
I know what that comment meant. Come on.
He runs from the slot a lot. Most of his routes come from the slot. Now, Devontae Smith slot and wide, and we'll get to him versus Pickens. Now we're talking CD versus AJ. But no, when people talk about the top wide receivers, it's either Jamar Chase or Justin Jefferson. I'll admit that.
You'll never. So wait a minute.
Third is not CD Lamb.
You had heard CD Lamb name in that conversation. Come on.
Barely.
All right.
Barely. Okay. But it's mostly either Amon St. Brown, AJ Brown.
Not yet.
AJ Brown. I agree. I'm not on the Amon St. Brown train. I agree. But it's usually Tyreek Hill. A lot of people throw Tyreek Hill in there. AJ Brown. That's usually like the top 5, if you would. CD is great. But I mean,
CD name is still up there with his name gets thrown out there with the Jeffersons and the Chases.
Okay, so
I mean that's just what. And then the last 3 out of 4 years, he had more receiving yards than AJ Brown.
AJ Brown missed time because of injury, but again, like I said, AJ Brown,
I can't help it. He don't take care of his body.
But he got hurt, but still made second team All Pro, and CD didn't while playing a full season. That's my thing.
Okay, well I take the guy who outgained him receiving yards the last 3 out of 4 years.
The last 3, okay, he had more yards than him, but
what about receptions? Like I take all that. Which come on, man. How about just the eye test?
Eye test AJ Brown all day.
Why doesn't AJ Brown get named when they talk about top tier receivers? You hear Justin? Go ahead.
But you said more receiving yards. You got to realize we're a running team.
Whose fault is that?
Us. It's a winning formula. I'm not saying it's bad.
Saquon just got there, dog.
Okay, I'm not saying, but we're a running team. Even before, we've always been a running team.
Who was your running back last year?
Last year it was Miles Sanders before Saquon. But it wasn't.
Y'all had a gap.
We had Kenny Gainwell.
That's right. You used a couple of guys, right?
Yeah.
Right. I think because Swift was already in Chicago.
There we go, Swift. Boom. Was he already in Chicago? DeAndre Swift.
He was there too.
Before Chicago, he was with us.
Okay.
So we had DeAndre Swift.
Sanders left, and y'all had like a few backs in the backfield, right? Okay. Why he didn't outgain CeeDee Lamb then?
Because we've always been a running team is what I'm saying.
Okay, then. Exactly. So,
but even despite being a running team, A.J. Brown has had at least 1,000 yards every year with us.
He barely got 1,000 this year. He had like 1,079.
He missed how many games because of injury?
He barely got 1,000 this year.
But how many games did he miss?
I'm with your statement, but he barely got a damn 1,000.
But he got it. I don't care. We barely won a Super Bowl. Are you going to say they shouldn't have won it or they won it? If a team barely wins a Super Bowl, they won a Super Bowl. I don't care about no.
I'm telling you.
And that barely talk.
We having a conversation with CeeDee Lamb and AJ.
He had 1,080.
Yeah. The fact
how's that barely? Last year he had 1,400. Year before that he had 1,500. Like these aren't bum stats.
1,080 is barely.
He made All Pro.
I just can't believe.
And then you talked eye test. AJ Brown is like 6'2", 210.
Come on, man. We know CeeDee Lamb's a beast, man.
He's good. He is a beast, but he's not better than AJ Brown. If we're talking about route running, if we're talking catching ability, okay, CD may be more shifty.
You hear it.
I don't. I believe me. I only hear this from Cowboy fans.
Oh, get the hell out of here.
I only hear this from Cowboy fans. If y'all in the comments, if y'all tuning in, y'all let us know who do you have between AJ Brown and CeeDee Lamb.
It's like listen, you can hear them when majority of people say something like this. Okay, Kendrick Lamar halftime performance. You heard the noise that it wasn't good, right?
Mm-hmm.
Usher halftime performance. You heard it was good.
Right.
Prince, it was good.
Right.
Like you can hit them when you hit a majority. Not saying a majority rules, but some cases you have to listen to the majority. And when they talk about top tier receivers in the NFL, you gonna hear Jamar Chase, Jefferson, or CeeDee Lamb. You rarely hear AJ Brown.
Where is this?
You just rarely hear it.
But just tell me like some analysts, some journalists that have said this. I don't hear people say. I hear it's always between Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase.
And
I would
never
admit
hear CeeDee Lamb. Come on, man.
No, I don't. Honestly, like I don't hear people say it's between them three. I really don't.
Because you keep listening to like your Philly guys, Benny Siegel, P.D. Crack, and all them Philadelphia rappers, and something called Gilly the Kid or whatever.
Y'all,
like,
am I missing something? Y'all let me know.
Missing it.
I do not hear this.
You don't hear CeeDee Lamb never get named in one of
with those two.
Yes.
As far as it's between one of them three, as far as the greatest in the league, no.
Oh my
hell
God.
no. Jamar Chase and Jefferson are the top two. They're in a league of their own. And then after them, you have the subgroup, which I'll put CD in. You got AJ Brown, you got Tyreek Hill. It's between them.
He's not in that group, man.
What? Why isn't he?
CeeDee Lamb.
Let's do this. Why isn't AJ Brown in that group? Boom. Let's do that.
Well, he don't put the numbers up like CeeDee Lamb put up.
1,400 yards?
He don't put the numbers up CeeDee Lamb puts up.
He made all pro.
I'm with you. I mean, listen.
1,400 yards, 1,400 yards, 1,100 yards. With a running team, 1,100 yards after missing how many games?
I'm just telling you, he don't put up the numbers that CeeDee Lamb puts up. We're gonna start there.
Played in 2 Super Bowls, scored in 2 Super Bowls.
I agree with you. Let me tell you something, and let me throw this out here. Just because a team wins a Super Bowl, right? A team wins a Super Bowl don't mean every position of that Super Bowl winning team, that player is the best at that position. Now, a few of those positions. Yes. I think the best running back in the game right now is Saquon. The best quarterback isn't Jalen Hurts. It's still Patrick Mahomes, even though he beat him. I had to put that out there because you think it just because you won a Super Bowl.
No, that's not what I said.
Every position
that's not what I said.
Team is the best in the league.
That's not what I said. The only reason why I said that is because performing in the Super Bowl holds weight. Can we not act like it doesn't?
Right, but you don't. Yeah, go ahead.
Jerry Rice is known, but his records in the playoffs, amazing. Julian Edelman, Rob Gronkowski, their stats in the playoffs hold weight.
They do.
Not showing up in the playoff takes away from you. You should know because your boy Micah Parsons has what, 2 postseason sacks in 5 years?
Yeah, he's 100% ass cheese in the playoffs.
I didn't say that AJ Brown is the best because he scored in the Super Bowl. I'm saying he helped his team win a Super Bowl by scoring in both Super Bowls that he played in. That holds weight. That's all I'm saying.
Well, he need more weight. He need more weight.
It's crazy.
I mean, what they're gonna tell you. They're gonna tell you.
Yeah, I can't wait to see this because I mean, I'm not taking nothing away from CD. He's good, but you're taking away from AJ, and I can't because you're saying because he doesn't have quite as many receiving yards as CD. Okay, he doesn't have as many targets as CD, and you're gonna say whose fault is that? It's the winning team's formula's fault.
You can't keep he can't be in the conversation there. I can't put somebody in there who's not put the numbers up like that, and they say, "Well, you can't do it because you're not."
Let's do this. Let's do this.
Him in there, dude.
Okay, he has less receiving yards. Average yards per catch, 16 yards last season, despite being injured. CeeDee Lamb, average yards per catch, 11 yards. In 2023, AJ Brown, average yards per catch, 13 yards, 13.7. Yeah. CeeDee Lamb, 13 flat.
Right.
2022, AJ Brown's first year with the Eagles. Average yards per catch, 17. CeeDee Lamb,
what are you?
12.7. So you can sit and say
he got him in that category.
Okay, yeah, but I'm not okay. Just because AJ hasn't beaten a category doesn't mean that CD is slight. CD is nice. I'm not going off of the numbers aren't there, so he's not matching with him. Again, I'm going off of eye test and the full wide receiver package. Can he run every route from 1 to 9 on the outside as a wide receiver? Slot, cool. Okay, you're running against safeties and you're getting rerouted by linebackers and all that. Cool.
CD.
Go ahead.
CD takes shots down the field. He's tough as nails. He goes across the middle, gets up, take them hits, does his little signature, whatever he does. He could catch bombs. He could do same thing AJ can do. Same exact thing. They both extraordinary players, but one is better. One gets named as one of the top tier receivers with Chase and Jefferson and CD. People don't say Chase, Jefferson, and AJ Brown.
They don't say Chase, Jefferson, and CD neither.
You lost your damn mind.
They do not put him in that conversation.
We're gonna see.
Can y'all please let us know in the comments?
See.
Do y'all hear CD Lamb's name being brought up in the same conversation as Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson?
Yes.
I've never seen it. I'm not gonna lie. I've never seen it. And you said he can do everything AJ know. Jump ball, AJ Brown has CD Lamb beat by a mile.
You sound like one of these celebrities that say, "Nah, I wasn't at the Diddy parties. I always left early." Now everybody Diddy been throwing these parties for 20 years. Now everybody wasn't there. Oh, I wasn't there. I left early. You sound just like one of them by not giving CD these props, saying I've never heard his name getting mentioned with Chase and Jefferson. Come on, man.
Can you send me some clips? I'm telling you, I haven't.
You watch football. What you be doing over here? Rubbing your damn dog?
No,
what you be doing over here?
I'm gonna tell you who it used to be. It used to be Tyreek Hill. And sometimes Devontae Adams, sometimes before he kind of went to teams that were just doing whatever.
That I agree with.
Tariq Hill used to be in that mix with them too.
Yeah, he was.
But it was never CeeDee Lamb.
Oh, you're wrong on that.
So you have Pickens.
I gave Saquon the best running back. I had to give him that.
I mean, come on, man.
Oh, some people still don't. No.
That's easy.
When Cam Newton won MVP, I still had morons saying he sucked. I said, dude.
But Q, I mean, this year was insane.
But you got some
I've
people
never seen
who have fan bias. They won't give it to him. But yeah, come on, man, stop it.
Everyone
That's
under
crazy.
The dude did a 180 hurdle backwards over somebody.
Well, I did that like in the 5th grade at Pop Warner.
Well, NFL and backyard football on the computer don't count. The dude set a record for most rushing yards in the NFL season, regular and post of all time.
Well, the most impressive thing he did to me when he ran like crazy in the snow. He had over 200 yards in the snow.
Man,
that was crazy. That was crazy.
When that run in the snow, because that kind of sealed the game, but then LA came back. But that run, man, that feeling was incredible, man.
It was crazy seeing that run in the snow like that.
Yeah, we went crazy.
Yeah.
All right, so you have Pickens and Lamb better than Smith and AJ.
Absolutely.
Y'all respond in the comment section. Let us know what you think.
Smith had more yards than me, barely. Like Smith.
Wait, what?
He's not a true number one. Because Pickens could be a number one, and of course CD's a number one agent. But Smith, what's hurting you in this conversation, this debate right now, with Pickens and Lamb versus Smith and Brown? It's Smith. He's hurting you.
Are you serious?
He's hurting you.
The only wide receiver to win a Heisman National Championship and Super Bowl is
talking about college, or we talking about right now?
Both.
Okay.
Both. He's the Eagles.
First of all, the Heisman Trophy and what it used to be. That's number one. This got
no,
watered.
his Heisman year was insane. He had over 220 receiving yards in the first half of the national championship. Q.
He is what's hurting this conversation for you Eagles fans.
Smith would easily be a number one on half of NFL teams. Easily.
When has he had 1,000 yards in the NFL?
Are you serious right now?
I just want to know when he's had 1,000 yards in the NFL.
He's had 1,000 yards.
How many years ago?
2 of his 4 seasons.
When was the last time he had 1,000 yards?
Last season, not the season that just passed, but the one before.
I know not this season that's passed,
but the one before. I mean,
I think he's hurting you.
What?
Yeah, out of those 4 receivers, he's the weak link.
We don't throw it to him a lot, but when we throw it to him, he comes up with the ball. His hands are insane. Every game, he makes a big-time catch. Every game. It's like, wait, you're really slighting Smitty right now? The Slim Reaper?
The what?
Slim Reaper.
That's what they call Kevin Durant, ain't it?
Well,
he stinks.
They call...
For my Phoenix Suns. I got a little Phoenix Suns. I'm not big on KD like that. Whatever.
Well, they call Smitty that too. I can't believe you just...
Slim Reaper?
I can't believe you just slighted Smitty.
Why they call him Slim Reaper?
Listen, again, I'm going to take the duo. Okay, yes, one may not have as many yards in the season as CD, and the other may not have as many fights as George Pickens. But these two right here have been to the Super. Have this duo starting wide receiver 1 and starting wide receiver 2, receiving wise, has taken their team to the Super Bowl in 2 of 3 years.
Don't you?
That holds weight.
Don't you know they said that the CD and Pickens, have a chance to have like 2,000 yard receiving? Like
we haven't even got to mini camp.
I'm just telling you what they saying.
I have a chance
Have
to
you heard
use
that?
Rogaine and grow hair. Are we really talking about chances?
I'm just telling you what.
Wait.
what's
Say it
been-
again. I gotta hear. Say it again. They have a chance of what?
Have a 2,000 yard total receiving season. That's all they're saying, and that's not.
We've done that twice with Smitty and AJ. We've done that twice already.
Well, they'll play together. I'm just telling you what they talking about. They
Well,
just say they had a chance to suck. They just said they had a chance to have a 2,000 yard season. I said, oh, okay, cool.
Saying they have a chance to suck is wild,
But
but
I'm just
we haven't even gotten. We haven't.
Devontae's the weak link of all these receivers who up here. He's the
So
weak
basically,
link.
you're saying George Pickens over Devontae Smith.
Yes,
All right.
yes.
So all right, we can go on for days for this. Again, I'm gonna take the two that produce that have proven to produce both in the regular season and postseason. But okay,
And
well,
before we move on, I just want to reiterate, make sure I heard this correctly. You really don't hear. I haven't heard CeeDee Lamb name with Jamar Chase.
tell me who says this.
And Jefferson.
I really
Has been
haven't.
one of the top tier
Jefferson
receivers.
and Jamar are in
CeeDee
the
Lamb.
class.
You know how double CeeDee Lamb is?
I don't hear that, Q.
You don't
I really
hear
don't.
that?
I really don't. I'm not even BSing you. I do not hear that.
So wait a minute. So and
I
CeeDee
don't hear
has
that.
outgained AJ Brown 3 out of the last 4 years,
Uh-huh.
and he's not better. All right.
No.
Okay.
Greg Lloyd once had more receiving yards than Randy Moss in the season. Does that mean Greg Lloyd is better than Randy Moss?
No, it doesn't. But in this case, CeeDee's better than AJ Brown.
Because he had more receiving yards?
No, I mean, if you keep kicking someone's ass the last 3 out of 4 years, that means something. 3 out of 4.
But look at the number of targets, Q.
Well, I can't help
He
that.
has so many more targets.
Well, I can't help that.
But what I'm saying is
CD could be dropping the
AJ
ball.
produces. AJ produces when the ball comes to him. He doesn't win. He doesn't lose jump ball situations.
Wow, listen,
He takes slants across the middle. He burns dudes.
They both do.
Not like AJ. CD don't. CD's not as an intimidating physical force as AJ on top of that. Like we have a tight end body out there moving just as good as CeeDee Lamb. That's crazy.
You know, AJ be sitting over there reading that damn book. You know what the title of the book is? How can I be like CeeDee Lamb? That's the title of his damn book.
That was a good one. Well, let's just do this. Let's just get straight to it. Top 5 wide receiver duos in the NFL today.
Okay, let me grab my little stuff. We're gonna start at number 5.
Yeah, start at 5.
Number 5, AJ Brown and Devontae Smith. Brown barely got 1,000 yards last year, barely, and Devontae
He missed like 4 games with injury, but go ahead.
right. And Devontae Smith is a really slot receiver.
All right.
He's really a slot. That's my number 5 right at the gate.
Okay, number
Right
5. That's cool. Number 5, I'm gonna go with who did I have at number 5? I'm gonna go with Detroit, Amon St. Brown and Jamison Williams.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, my number 4 is McBride and Harrison Jr. out of Arizona.
All right. My number 4, I'm gonna go with Devontae Adams and Puka Nacua.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Devontae Adams.
Yeah. And Puka Nacua. You know the Rams got Devontae Adams, right?
I know, but why is Devontae Adams even on this conversation? What did he do last year?
Nothing really.
Right.
He was with the Jets.
He had Aaron Rodgers.
With the Jets.
Right.
So did Garrett Wilson. And his numbers weren't up to par.
See, what we have a failure to communicate here. Because all of a sudden now, so what? Aaron Rodgers, he's Aaron Rodgers.
Mm-hmm.
He was with him in Green Bay.
Mm-hmm.
He left Aaron Rodgers. I want to go play with my college friend, Carr. He came back and went, I want to go back with Aaron Rodgers.
Right.
And he sucked out loud. And you go put him on the top 5 duos because he's with my man in the Rams.
Matt Stafford.
Yeah, and what's that?
Puka Nacua.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep. We'll see. I can't wait till this plays out. Because I document everything.
Please
I'm gonna play it back.
Please.
Yeah. Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
Number 3?
Yeah, number 3. Who was your number 4 again? Oh, Arizona.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, number 3.
CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens.
Okay.
My number 3.
All right.
This is easy money. CD last year was top 10 in receiving yards and top 10 also in receptions. God, he was nice. And Pickens still had 900 yards with no quarterback. Still had no quarterback.
All right. We'll see.
Easy money.
We'll see what they do. Number 3, I'm going to go with Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. When healthy and with a healthy quarterback throwing it to them, two of the fastest wide receivers in the league, 2 of the most explosive receivers in the league. I'm going to go with them.
All right, cool.
Number 2,
I'm going to Detroit. I had them up a little higher on my list. Mr. Williams and Mr. St. Brown. Only NFL duo that both receivers had 1,000 yards.
Okay. Wait, what? Oh, they were the only one last year. Okay, I see what you're saying. Okay,
last year. Yep.
Yeah, no, they went off last year. Detroit's offense was tough in general last year, but I called the Commanders stopping them in the playoffs, which they did. So they were good. They didn't do just.
Wait a minute. You called what? You called for a rookie quarterback.
I called it
to go on the road and beat the number 1 seed.
I called it.
You know what, man? You come straight out of a damn comic book.
And I love that you said that because I have proof.
damn sure don't remember that.
I have proof, brother.
I damn sure don't remember that. I'm going to get to you again.
Okay,
I damn sure don't remember that.
I didn't tell it to you, but I have proof, brother.
No.
Commanders. I said I like the Commanders.
You like the Commanders. A rookie quarterback, and Jaden Daniels, all he did was won games on the road in the playoffs as a rookie.
Let's see. January 18th. LOL. I don't do sports bet anymore, but because this girl asked me who was her picks.
Yeah.
Between the Texans and the Chiefs and the Commanders and Lions. I said I don't sports bet anymore, but I personally picked the Chiefs and Commanders to win. You want to go ahead and check that out? And I made her some money. Read it and weep. Made the girl some money and everything. I
personally, this is you talking. I personally picked the Chiefs and Commanders to win.
Yeah, and both of them won. I know ball, Q.
And tell Chip I left my Eagles jersey on the floor.
I know ball, man. I called it. But
I get that took huge balls to call that one. That took huge balls. A rookie quarterback that could be the number 1 seed on the road.
Yeah.
Hot as Detroit was and all that. Huge balls.
Yeah.
Huge balls.
But we know when that road stopped. Once they hit that big ass roadblock in Philadelphia, 55-28. But okay, so your number 2 was Detroit, right?
Yeah.
Okay, my number 2, I'm gonna go to Cincinnati. Jamar Chase and T. Higgins.
Okay, I like that. See, we almost on the same page. I got them my number 1.
Yeah.
They had a total of 27 touchdowns last year. Them 2 guys alone. So a shout out to them 2 guys, man.
Yeah, they got Burrow. They got Joe Cool. For my number 1 wide receiver duo in the league. On the screen, I'm gonna go with Devontae Smith and AJ Brown. Yep.
That's a goofy list, dude.
Easy call.
Again, because they won a Super Bowl. You don't mean you got the best players in each position on the football field.
You want to know why I picked them?
Please.
The Super Bowl helps, but anytime Jalen Hurts drops back and throws it deep, 2 reasons. 1, when he throws it deep, and you see number 6 in the screen.
Which one is number 6?
Devontae Smith.
Oh, okay.
You know it's going to be a catch for a big game.
You want me to point out some times when they dropped and then A.J. Brown was acting like a diva. He was getting mad because he wasn't getting the ball. You want to talk about that too?
I didn't mention that.
Oh, okay.
And then number 2, A.J. Brown. Whenever we throw a fade, over-the-shoulder fade to A.J. Brown or a slant, when we need guaranteed yards and we throw a short yard curl route or a slant or an out route to A.J. Brown, and you see the ball leave Jalen's hands and it's going towards A.J., and he has just a centimeter of separation on whatever corner is on him, then you know he's going to catch it. Corners bring their A game when they're lined up against these dudes, especially A.J. Brown. You know what corner A.J. Brown owns? And every time this dude steps on the field with AJ, he just mentally loses it. Marshawn Lattimore, doesn't matter if he's with the Saints or the Commanders, it's just not a good ending for him, if you would.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, I got kind of carried away. I got the reminiscing.
I like how you reminisce and all that, and you feel good.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
Go Birds. All right, so to kind of show some love to the Titans, if you would, Philadelphia Eagles bring back Dallas Goedert. He decided to come back. Took reportedly a $4 million pay cut to stay with the Eagles. That's because he knows that there's a good chance to run it back. He wants to get his ring. So my thing with this, and it's a 1 year. He'll be a free agent. Next March. So my thing with this is I think it's like 60-40 as far as players taking the bag. Well, no, it's probably like 75-25.
Right.
As far as 75 going for the bag and 25 taking a pay cut to try to build something special with their team. So what's your take on that as far as players, coming to that crossroad where they can either take a pay cut and stay with their team and possibly, go on a playoff run and Super Bowl appearance and win, hopefully, versus going to a less talented team, but they get the bag. They're one of the highest paid at whatever their position is, and they get money. They're able to take care of their family, which is the name of the game. But what's your take on that when players have to come to that choice?
I like when they take the pay cut to try to get a ring, because listen, once you're in the NFL and you become a certain type of player, you're gonna get some money anyway. It depends on what you do with it. We saw a classic example where the grass wasn't green as far as a Super Bowl pursuit was with Tyreek Hill. He went to Miami. He got what's the bag? I guess that means money.
I say chicken. He got that chicken. He went after that chicken. He did. One of the highest paid.
Every time a rapper use a term to describe money, what's that, an adjective? To describe something.
Adjective.
And y'all run with it.
No, me.
Now,
this is documented as well.
Some rapper start calling money chicken, and you talking about damn chicken.
The only rapper I've heard say chicken is Larry June, but me and my cousin Kendall.
Larry who?
Larry June.
I've never heard of him. I've heard of Month of June. I heard of June Cleaver. I've heard of my uncle June, who lives in Charlotte. I heard of Larry the Cable Guy, Larry David from Curb Your Enthusiasm, Larry Holmes, but something called Larry June, I've never heard of him.
I have 2 Larry June albums on my wall. Larry June is the greatest right now, man.
But back to you. Now you call money chicken.
Me and my cousin Kendall, God rest his soul, have been calling money chicken since we were in our early 20s. That did not start recently.
Okay, y'all been saying chicken.
Been saying chicken. Which you were making a point, good point. Tyreek Hill, he left Super Bowls with Kansas City to chase the bag.
Right.
Now,
and he got off, man. I'm out of here, bro. Like he leaving the club or something. I'm out of here, man.
Yeah, and he said he was upset because it doesn't look like they're going to be winning any championships.
You chose to leave Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, that was crazy. And that's definitely a case in point of leaving thinking the grass is greener with Tua of all people. But I'll say this: I think that
I like Tua.
I think he's a cool guy, but I mean, I don't. Do you think he could win a Super Bowl?
First of all, Nick Foles won a damn Super Bowl. That's calm down.
And had one of the greatest playoff performances of all time.
Why your voice changed?
Because that's how real it is.
Like you're doing a damn movie trailer.
Had one of the greatest playoff performances of all time
in the world.
That was good. He had one, so don't just try to throw that out there. You better off saying Trent Dilfer or something. Don't try to throw that shade on Nick Foles.
He was never heard from again.
What? The following year we would have went and won if Alshon Jeffrey ain't dropped that pass.
He was never heard from again.
He went to the playoffs the next year and was cooking. And was cooking. Q, he had. I didn't. Even though he had one of the greatest Super Bowl performances, I said he had the greatest. He had one of the greatest playoff, bro. He had one of the greatest playoff performances.
He had to win 5 games. Was it
just
how many games did he win in a row?
4.
One of the greatest.
Yes, playoff performances of all time.
Have you heard of Doug Williams?
Yeah.
How was his playoff performance?
I don't know.
Oh, I'm telling you. Yeah.
But I'm not ready. I'm not here ready to say Doug Williams won a Super Bowl. Anybody can win a Super Bowl. Doug only got 1.
Foles got 1.
Okay. So if you're showing love to Doug, show love to Nick.
No, you saying something that's insane. Talking about Nick Foles had one of the greatest Super Bowl playoff performances.
Yes.
His performance didn't even top Doug Williams, and Doug Williams wasn't a starter. He came in and started.
So did Nick, but I don't know if you want to go there. I got you. I'm willing to bet that. I'm willing to bet that Nick Foles' playoff run was. What do you want to talk yards? Because I know you like talking yards.
How many games did Doug Williams have to win versus?
Do we really have to do this?
Yeah, let's do this. Just look up Nick Foles. I think he had to win 4 games in a row. Correct.
Mm-hmm.
All right, just look how many games Doug Williams. I don't know if Doug Williams came in the middle of the season, second game of the season.
We're talking playoffs only. I'm not talking postseason. I'm only talking playoffs. Everything. Okay, 1988. Let's see. Doug Williams, 1988.
I love this. Come on now.
You're going to be so disappointed because you're old school. I know you want to hold on to the old school and represent for the senior citizens.
And I'm a Cowboys fan talking about Doug Williams with Washington. Nick Foles, one of the greatest playoff performers. Stop it, man.
Can't believe we have to do this.
Yeah, just let me know when you got it.
Why is it hard to believe that Nick Foles had one of the greatest playoff performers? Yes.
Man, all right. You come straight out of a damn comic book.
Let me get these playoff stats.
Please get them up there. Don't disrespect. And that's just one of them, a performance.
So was Nick Foles. That's all I'm saying.
I'm saying, but I can name other quarterbacks who came in and had better playoff performance. Like I said, your voice changed. Because you
tried to throw shade on Nick Foles. I didn't like that.
I did throw shade on him.
I didn't like that.
Yeah, like he had to win 12 games. He came in to win 4 games, and that's it. 4.
That's all you have to do in the NFL, huh? Just come in and win 4 games as a quarterback, and you can get a Super Bowl ring. You know that is difficult as hell
How many
to
games
do.
The
margin of error is so little. I can't find it.
We'll get it. We'll get it.
Playoffs.
I just want to know what he did that year.
Okay, playoffs. Games played, 3. 666 yards.
Yeah.
Lucifer, stay away. 7 touchdowns.
Right.
2 interceptions.
Okay. It's pretty good. Pretty good. And I think it was Super Bowl MVP, I think.
Yeah, pretty sure he was.
Yeah.
Nick Foles.
Man, please. Please. You may not want to look that up, brother. Nick Foles.
I can't believe you thought.
You want to look up Nick Van Exel playoff stats. Don't look up Nick Foles. Look up Nick Van Exel playoff stats. Don't look up Nick Foles.
This is crazy.
I look up Swaggy Peas. What was his name? Nick what? Wasn't he a Nick?
Yeah. Q, do you really want to do this?
Yeah, let's go.
Q, you're about to be... Okay.
Doug played 3 games. You say he played 4?
No, Nick played 3 as well because we were the number 1 seed.
What'd he
Q,
do?
Do you really want to do this?
What'd he do?
Okay, Doug Williams had 666 yards in 3 games. Nick Foles had 971 yards in 3 games.
All right, touchdowns and picks. What we got?
Doug Williams had 7 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Nick Foles had 6 touchdowns, 1 interception.
Okay. Okay, all right. So they like in the same neighborhood.
Q, he had 300 more yards passing than him. That's a whole game's worth.
Yeah, but Doug had more touchdowns.
He had 1 more, but he also had another. He also had 1 more interception.
Right. That's what I said in the same neighborhood.
That evens out.
No, that's in the same. Right. Because you just spoke as if it was one of the greatest, right?
Yeah.
Well, Doug Williams is right in the same neighborhood with them.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Now,
but Nick still had one of the greatest playoff performances.
Not when Doug Williams is right. They're in the same neighborhood.
Did Doug Williams have one of the greatest playoff performances?
No.
Oh my goodness.
No.
Okay,
Doug
cool.
Doug came out of nowhere. He came out of nowhere.
So did Nick.
Right. So I'm not gonna put that as one of the great off. Now hold on. When you say one of the great off playoff performances, are you talking about like for a backup or just an NFL quarterback?
Of all time. I'm talking numbers. Yes. I'm talking impact. I'm talking everything.
No. Just I'm trying to save you.
There's no save me from what? Listen.
You need to clarify what you're saying. I'm trying to say
one of the greatest playoff performances as a quarterback.
By a backup quarterback.
No, a quarterback. A quarterback. One of like top 10. Yes.
Have you heard of Joe Montana?
I knew you was going to say that.
I've heard of Troy Aikman. Have you heard of Ben Roethlisberger? Like,
I'm willing to say. Oh, I know his numbers were better than Aikman's. I know his playoff numbers were better than Aikman's. I don't want to pull up Aikman's Q because that's your team. That'll hurt.
Listen, I don't want you to pull up nobody who's a Hall of Famer. Just don't do it, man. Come on, man. You can't. Come on, man. Some of this ego stuff. You don't have to pull up Aikman's. I'm just saying Steve Young. I'm just naming quarterback guys who were starters. John Elway. You telling me he put Nick Foles playoff performances with them guys?
Yes. And then the cherry on top was he took down the GOAT and stopped a possible fantasy. Dynasty.
He never played Joe Montana.
The GOAT. I know he
the Spygate guy and the Flakegate guy, the cheater.
And since you want to talk about,
Come on, man.
And I really hated to do this.
Let me tell you something. I'm not finna talk about Nick Foles' playoff stats when it comes to guys I've named. John Elway. I just come on,
Didn't you name
man.
Troy Aikman?
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Q, he had more yards and touchdowns and less interceptions than Troy Aikman in all of his playoff performances. Q, I'm looking at the numbers.
I just can't believe I can't have this conversation.
He had more yards. No, Aikman had in his 3 Super Bowl runs. He had more touchdowns in one of those seasons. Other than that, Foles sweeps Aikman in every category.
Nick Foles in the playoffs,
in every category. Man. Why not though? Why is it so hard for you to? He dominated every game as the quarterback, and then he beat Tom Brady. He outplayed Tom. Listen, hold on. But
Eli Manning beat Brady. How about this playoff run? He started off as the AC.
No, his Super Bowl.
Not AC. Whatever the last seat was in the NFL. He started off as that. And they ended up winning the Super Bowl, man.
But listen, Tom Brady set the record for most passing yards in the Super Bowl and lost. That means we had to offense. We had to outperform Tom Brady, who threw for 500 yards in a game, and we still won. Does that not hold weight?
It's a good performance, but you're saying one of the greatest.
Yes, we have yet to find someone who had more yards and touchdowns than him.
That never gets mentioned. Nick Foles' name never gets mentioned.
Well, who do you listen to? I'm saying, who are we talking about when you say it never gets mentioned? Because I watch NFL Network. They do mention it
day by day.
Just like you say, CD Lamb. Oh, he always get mentioned with the top 3 receivers.
Well,
I don't hear that. Just like you don't hear this. It's possible that we don't hear stuff.
Well, I went to Oz and got a brain. You went to Oz and didn't get a damn brain from the Wizard.
All right, let me pull up. What's his name? Who else did you say?
Why you check?
Who else did you say? John Elway?
Man. The fact that you checking that and trying to compare Nick Foles,
but you're big on, Q, you're big on. No, I'm just talking 3 games.
This don't sound like a joke to you.
Q, I'm talking 3 games. If we're putting these 3 games, and then on top of that, he took down the GOAT. Who did Joe Montana lose to in the Super Bowl?
They blew everybody out.
Exactly.
Right.
Brady, who has more rings than anybody, we beat him in the Super Bowl.
Eli Manning,
but Eli didn't have that performance that Foles did in all 3 playoff games. Is what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. All right, we're going to leave it with this because I'm gonna look up Elway's stats, and we're going to leave it with this because I hate that you made me do this.
I sound like, you know what? You know how Allen Iverson felt how ridiculous it was. They kept breaking up practice. You remember that clip, right?
You're still not telling me why it's this ridiculous, though. But numbers wise, he's been better than each person that you listed.
Listen, did you not feel Allen Iverson's like annoyance when they kept saying kept saying practice? Man, we talking about practice, man. We talking about Nick Foles, man.
See, you're stuck on his name.
Talking about Nick Foles,
I don't know why you're stuck on his name. Why are you so stuck on his name?
Because when it comes to NFL films and one of the top
it is mentioned. One of the greatest playoff performances.
Nick Foles, stop it, man.
I don't get this. I'm really confused because your whole thing is his name. He was a backup quarterback. Doesn't that hold more weight? Why is Tom Brady, where did his career start with? Him being a backup quarterback coming in and winning 2 Super Bowls. That's how it started. So I don't understand why you're not giving him props even more at that because he came in as a backup.
I'm giving him props for winning the Super Bowl, coming in the backup where they won 3 games, right?
Yes.
And that was a difficult time.
And he went off in those 3 games.
The NBA postseason, Major League Baseball, NHL, or other postseasons.
It's a smaller margin of error because it's 1 game.
Right. Well, you don't have series, it's 1 game. I'm giving him props, but if you think I'm finna sit here and say and compare what he did in the playoffs for one playoff Super Bowl winning era.
That's literally all I'm saying. I'm only saying 1. That's all I'm saying.
I can't put him in the same breath with other NFL greats.
Like who? Troy Aikman and John Elway?
Troy Aikman, John Elway, Joe Montana, who has multiple Super Bowls, man. They got multiple.
I'm not talking about multiple Super Bowls. I'm talking about 1. Can we stick to the conversation?
Just one, okay?
I'm talking about 1 playoff run. I didn't say one of the greatest playoff QBs. I said one of the greatest playoff runs. That means one postseason.
So it's better than Joe Namath's?
But come on, man.
But Joe Namath had horrible numbers as a quarterback.
That's what I'm saying. I don't even have to look that up, and I can tell you what's better.
I'm talking about his playoff run.
This one playoff run is one of the best. You just named Doug Williams. You just named John Elway, Troy Aikman.
My head.
Bro, I'm looking, but that's 4 QBs. I'm looking at John Elway's. In 4 games that Elway played, in the 3 games that Foles played, he had more yards and touchdowns.
So I don't know. So what are you saying? So you put him above John Elway in the postseason?
For that postseason run, yes.
All right.
And then he beat Brady to top it off. Only reason I pulled up numbers is because you said his numbers weren't better. That's the only reason I even pulled this up. You said he doesn't have better numbers than Doug Williams. He did. You're saying he doesn't have better than Troy Aikman. He did. You're saying he doesn't have
Williams in every category. Doug Williams had more touchdowns than he did. Slow down.
But here's how it works. Yeah. He also had another interception.
Right.
So that balances that out. Let's cancel that out. Let's go to yards. He had 300 more yards.
I know, but if he's one of the greatest, if his postseason is one of the greatest, and he had 300 more yards than Doug and 1 interception less than Doug, what do you put Doug at then? That's what I'm saying. That's how ridiculous this was coming out your damn mouth.
But the stats aren't close. But anyway.
Yeah.
Again,
they're gonna kill you in the chat. I'm just letting you know.
No, because your whole thing is
gonna kill you.
Your whole thing is you want to stick to legacy. I'm talking about 3 games, Q, that ended with a Super Bowl win. That's all I'm talking about. You keep talking about Super Bowls, and John Elway only got 2.
Only got 2.
He only got 2. You talking about like it's Joe Montana?
I mean, a Marino guy. How great it was. That's what I'm saying. But you said no.
But your argument is
you sound like Skip Bayless. You're gonna tell me to put my glasses back on. You're gonna say I'm in the freaking Hall of Fame.
In 4 games played by John Elway compared to Nick Foles 3, Foles still had 200 more passing yards, 4 more touchdowns, and 1 less interception.
I think it's sad that you're comparing John Elway and Nick Foles in the same sentence, man. You should be ashamed of yourself.
See, I can't have this conversation with you, bro.
I can't.
Because I'm talking 3 games and you're talking legacy. Legacy, yes, John Elway is better. Do you want me to say that?
Which 3 games? That's what I'm saying. Which 3 games are you picking from Elway? That's what I'm saying. Which 3 games
are you picking? The 3 playoff games that he had. That is the premise of this whole conversation.
I know, but Elway had more playoff games than he did, right? Obviously, right?
You can go from either Super Bowl season that Elway had.
Right.
Nick Foles had better numbers.
And that makes him have one of the greatest performances on the way to win a Super Bowl, right?
Yes. Look what he did. Right. He wasn't even fully accumulated with the team. He didn't start until the playoffs started. I'm talking Nick Foles. This is a backup who doesn't start until the playoffs start. Q. He didn't know
the playbook.
But Q, stop it. You can know the play. A third string knows the playbook. That doesn't mean they're going to be in sync with the starters. You know, that's a whole nother. And then on top of that, we had to switch up the offense. When Carson Wentz was in, we didn't run the same offense. We ran a lot of RPO, and we switched up the game once Nick Foles took over. So we had 1 bye week. And this 1 bye week, he has to get accumulated with the team, adapt to the new offense, and then go off for damn near 1,000 yards in 3 games, 6 touchdowns, and then beats Tom Brady. You mean to tell me that's not top 10, one of the greatest playoff performances of all time? Because you named
in the history of the NFL,
you named 4 QBs and he had better numbers than all of them. And then on top of that, I know none of them QBs would have beat Tom Brady in the Super Bowl.
I mean, I don't know that.
I do. Damn it.
Stop.
I do.
Now you're a mutant.
I do. Stop. And this is disappointing because you're someone who likes to be technical. And when I'm telling you technically 3 games, you keep wanting to go to legacy and multiple Super Bowls.
Man, only 3. I just can't take him serious.
All right.
We're going to see what the chat say.
Yeah.
And don't mute the chats that agree with me.
No, I can't wait. Oh, no, this is going straight to YouTube. I can't wait, especially this part. All right, last question. All right, yeah, we got about 10 minutes left. Last question before we get out of here. Of the sophomore quarterbacks in the NFL, we got Drake May, Bo Nix, Michael Penix, Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, and J.J. McCarthy entering their 2nd year. Who do you think will have the greatest sophomore season of these quarterbacks? And we could throw Spencer Rattler in the mix too if you want. I don't know how you feel about
him. The greatest sophomore season?
Who will have the best? Yeah, who's going to have the best sophomore season? Who do you think?
I want to say Caleb Williams. I'm not too big on Caleb Williams. He only completed 62% of his passes, and he got weapons. He got a 1,000-yard guy in DJ Moore. Well, he had a 1,000-yard guy, Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen gone, ain't he?
He's still a free agent,
right? And then
they just drafted the guy Luther from Missouri,
right? And they still got my man Odunze.
Yeah,
what's his name?
Yeah. I don't know how to pronounce it, from Washington.
Yeah, they still got,
and they drafted a tight end. They drafted a tight end in the first round.
Right. So I'm gonna go Caleb Williams, man. I mean, I don't care about his fingernails and all that stuff, but I think he had a bad rookie season, and I give all rookies a mulligan. I give him a mulligan because you learn the game, the speed of the game, and all that good stuff. So I'm gonna go Caleb Williams, but I'm gonna take a chance. I'm gonna step out there on that plank, and I'm gonna go on with Caleb Williams. Got a superb sophomore season. Then them guys, that's a good list too. But first of all, it's a tough, good ass question. That's number one.
Appreciate it.
Who came up with that question?
I did.
Oh.
I'm a bit of a sports journalist myself.
Okay.
No, this was tough because Drake May got weapons. He just got Stephon Diggs and another wide receiver, I'm not mistaken. They drafted an O-line first round, the guy from LSU.
Yeah.
So he's going to hold him down. So Drake May definitely can. I mean, we saw what Bo Nix did. He surprised the world last year.
Sure did.
JJ McCarthy, he hasn't played an NFL snap yet, so I'm leaving that one alone.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we all know what Jaden Daniels did. And I think most people would think that we would pick Jaden Daniels, or most people would pick Jaden Daniels. I'm not, and the reason why I'm not is for a few reasons.
Eagles fan.
Not that he's amazing. I fear him for the next 10 years, or he makes me nervous, I should say, for the next 10 years. But the reason why I'm not going to pick Jaden Daniels is because usually when QBs have this great rookie season, it's kind of rare that they do the same thing their second year. And I like to use CJ Stroud as a perfect example of this.
Great example.
And usually, and people may not know why exactly. And here's the thing. I don't think people realize the skill, the knowledge, and the wisdom of defensive coordinators in the NFL. And it's not just the DCs. I mean, defenses for NFL teams have teams. Coaches on assistants on coordinators. It's so much that goes. Like, you have someone right now that's doing homework for Jaden Daniels, trying to figure out his game.
Yep.
And nobody does it better than the professionals. That's why they're in the NFL. They're the top of the top. So I think that these defenses are going to kind of not figure out, but get more familiar with Jaden Daniels' game and slow him down.
Okay.
Because there was a lot of like Mahomes magic, if you would, going on with Jaden Daniels. And I think teams are going to figure that out.
Hail Marys and stuff like that.
Yeah. You know, they started with that Hail Mary. So I think teams are going to figure that out. I think teams are going to, move a outside linebacker or a strong safety to that QB spot position and say, hey, this whole game, on his ass, like stink on shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I think these DCs are going to figure him out a little bit more. Not to say he's not going to be good. I think he'll still be good, but I don't think he'll have as much of an impact that he did last year. And then, your answer with Caleb Williams was good. They got a lot of weapons. But I'm going to go with Michael Penix. I think Michael Penix is going to have the best sophomore season. And I say Michael Penix because, one, he came in towards the end of the last season, so he's not going to get that familiarity factor that Jaden Daniels is going to get.
Right.
The teams, he's not going to get figured out till like halfway through the season because he didn't start till late last season.
Yeah, and they're going to have no tape on him.
Yeah, not only that, I love the weapons in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Drake London, I'm a huge Drake London fan, man. He's a beast.
You should be. He kicked y'all ass.
He didn't kick our ass, but he
didn't catch the game-winning touchdown from Kirk Cousins and the link. And don't you call it the link?
Yeah, it's the link.
Yeah.
He didn't kick our ass though, but I really like Drake London, Mooney, and even Kyle Pitts. I know he's been slumming over these past few years. He hasn't met the expectations coming out of Florida, but there's some buzz going around the Falcons front office saying that Kyle Pitts is going to have a breakout season. So I think they're going to make the system adapt to Michael Penix's strengths. He's good at throwing on the run.
He got to show me something.
Yeah.
But he got an opportunity. Kirk Cousins came in at, we know, $100 million. And he did what he's supposed to do. Went about 8-9 games and then kind of, fizzled out. So we're going to see what Penix look like. But that's
and this is kind of a risk because, I mean, he's the second less proven on this list next to J.J. McCarthy, who didn't play at all. Knicks took his team to the playoffs, May played a full season damn near. Didn't go to the playoffs, of course, but he showed that he can sling it. Caleb Williams, if he gets some protection, he might be all right.
Yeah,
and we saw with Jaden Daniels. So
he had some rough games.
yeah, I'm kind of going out on a limb picking Michael Penix, but I think he'll do good.
I like that. Out of them 6 quarterbacks, rookie quarterbacks, 2 made the playoffs.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. Yeah, man. Well, that was the last thing we have for today.
Yeah.
Man, I gotta get a Kelly Green helmet. But before we get out of here, I do want to let y'all know next episode, the NFL season will drop by then. So we're going to do an NFL schedule, release, reaction. You see Desi in the mix. Sit down somewhere, Des.
Hold on. Why is your dog walking with a limp?
I don't know. I think like she pulled a muscle or something in her back leg. Because anytime like she like exercises, then she limps.
Yeah.
Or when she exercises and lays on it, then when she gets up, she limps.
Oh, I'll take your word for it, Michael Vick. It's all good.
I gotta get it checked out. But what you got coming up, man, this weekend? You getting anything?
No, I mean, you know what? I'm chilling. I'm taking my son back to Clemson.
Nice.
He doing some summer school stuff down there, chilling. And I gotta finish watching The White Lotus.
The White Lotus.
Yeah, in Paradise. And I gotta try to watch Sinners before I won't be able to celebrate Martin Luther King Day anymore. I don't watch Sinners.
Yeah, White Lotus. I don't know what that is. I know what Clan of the White Lotus is, one of my favorite kung fu movies. But
that's what's up. And watch a little NBA playoffs.
Yeah.
That's the only time the NBA don't stink is on the NBA playoffs. So I'm just chilling, man.
Only time I can watch. Who do you got winning it?
Some Fortnite too.
At this point, who do you got winning it?
The whole thing. That's a tough question. He's stupid. The Knicks. Let's go with the Knicks.
I like.
Let's go with the Knicks.
Bro, do you know?
Let's go with the Knicks.
How crazy the world would go if the New York Knicks won the finals?
I think and I'm a Phoenix Suns guy, but some teams I like when they are good. Mm-hmm. I like when the Knicks are good, man. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the world will go. New York Knicks winning the NBA Finals. It's cool, man. It's cool seeing all them old Knicks at the games and stuff. Mm-hmm. It's cool, man. So yeah,
I'm gonna tell you the only way the Knicks will win.
What's that?
Is if Spike Lee doesn't show up to the Garden. That's the only way it's gonna happen. The only way it's gonna happen. Real quick, just because I used to be a fan of this team when they had my favorite player, Russell Westbrook, the Thunder. I'm gonna go with the Thunder. Why not?
No, yeah. Listen, as they say, sportsmen guys are young, but they've been young. They've been gelling together. Like they second or third year playing together, and they just add pieces, but keeping their core. And then you know what? After the game, they do their interviews. Like if Shea's getting the interview, the other guys behind them, and just they buddy, man, and they got that team chemistry and it's showing on the court. So how about a Knicks, OKC, NBA?
Oh, that would be crazy.
Yeah,
that would be crazy.
Yeah, but I can see them winning too. So I like that.
Yeah, it's not summer yet, but summer's coming up. The weather's getting nice. It's ready to be like 85 next weekend.
Yeah,
I'm actually going to a Asian festival, Asian food festival type thing in Winston-Salem next Saturday.
Okay, shout out to Winston-Salem, man.
Yeah, I can't wait for that. But like, what are you doing? Like, what's your thing in the summer? What's your vibe in the summer? I do know you go to cookouts and don't invite me. I do know that. I have yet to be invited to a cookout.
My vibes, man, I just really be low key chilling, man. Keep a fresh haircut. Just try to stay fresh with my slides and just my 90s baggy shorts. Mm-hmm. I don't do like you guys do now. You put your sweatpants and your socks.
That's to show the sneaker off more.
Wow, that's some goofy shit. Or you keep the stickers on your hats.
You talking about the New Era joint on top?
Oh my gosh. All those 90s videos, Bad Boy and all that, it would just name a rapper from the 90s and you see those fitted hats and all that, you don't see stickers on them.
But the thing with fashion
you don't see stickers on them.
Well, I mean, times change.
Yeah. Stickers on your
times
hats.
change.
Yeah, I get it.
Do you wear overalls?
No.
They were hot in the 90s.
I had some hair figure overalls.
Me too, but times change. Yeah. That doesn't mean you have to stay with everything.
I know, I just can't put stickers on my hats. But now my summer vibe, I just really be chilling, man, for real. Yeah. Play a little Fortnite, chill my little light skin joint. I just be chilling, man.
I feel that.
Something. What about you? And then working on our craft, working on our
stuff
we doing.
It never stops. It's actually going up more than anything this summer. So with me, it depends on the summer. Like I have a summer where I'm kind of like chilling, wilding out a little bit, if you would.
Yeah.
That was last summer. I was wilding out last summer. You know the situation. But nah, this summer is that summer. Like I'm locked in.
Okay,
I'm gonna be working a lot. It's a couple of days, like like last weekend for Cinco de Mayo weekend when I turned up with my friend from out of town.
Yeah,
it was her birthday, so we celebrating her birthday. So I'm like, okay, you know what? This is gonna be a weekend. I'm gonna just get it out of my system because before that, I haven't been out in a minute.
Nah, you hadn't.
Since that happened, like, and when I go hard, I go hard.
Yeah,
and then I chill for a minute. So I'm laying low until 4th of July.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just ready, you know what I'm saying, be editing, trying to get the podcast going, teaching people podcasts, renting out the studio. So this summer is going to be that summer where I grind. I envision next summer being a summer where I kind of like have fun. I mean, I'm going to still take trips. Like I plan to go to New Orleans for a weekend. And then I think I'm going to Atlanta in June for someone's birthday.
That's what's up, man.
Besides those two, I'm chilling. Football games, once the fall comes, you know, I love a live football game. And then for my birthday, I'm going to Hawaii, but that's not till November.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'm chilling. Yeah, like this is that summer where I'm just chilling and grinding. That's it.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a few trips too, man. I'm gonna go to Statesville. I'm gonna go to Shelby. I'm gonna go to Mint Hill. I'm gonna knock them out too.
I mean, are we leaving the state?
And plus, man, you know you got to come back in the studio, man. You know my show, Fox Sports Charlotte, 4 to 6 Mondays and Fridays, live with the QCB, and you know you be on my show, we chopping it up, you know, cutting up. So we still we're focusing, keep pushing forward, and we're gonna knock them out.
Let me ask you this before we get out of here.
Yeah,
because how long have you been doing radio? This radio,
99, 2000.
Okay, so
Straight.
going on, so 26 years that you've been doing radio. So you've seen when radio was the top dog.
Oh man,
and then you've seen it kind of, you know, fall off a little bit. I mean, not fall off, but take a slight step back.
Right, yeah,
because I don't think radio will ever leave.
Nah, because they still make cars and radios and cars.
Right,
my man B Dot said.
Yeah, and I just subscribe to Sirius Radio, and I don't even play my Apple Music anymore. Yeah. I'm either listening to music on there or I'm listening to Sway in the Morning or Howard Stern. Like I'm really taking, and even your show. Like I like listening to yours.
He's like, yeah, I've been listening to because long as I've been knowing you, but so I'm gonna check it out. You hit it in the car, it's like, damn,
it's different.
It's different, dude.
Yeah. But my question, and to add, you've seen podcasts, you've seen the pod wave to take over a podcast. Like as someone who's been in radio for 25 years and seeing what podcasts and streaming has done today, like what's your take on that? Like the compare and contrast of the two.
Well, my take on it is, you got to get in when you fit in. You know, podcast is winning right now. Radio is still very much alive, but I think podcast is kind of getting oversaturated because everybody. I just saw a Fat Joe and Jadakiss got one.
They started one.
Dude, you know Michelle Obama
and her brother
got one. Like it's everyone, and people you think don't need one got one. Dude, you got $100 million. What the hell you doing? Come on, man. Stop it.
The two exciting whites, the DBs for the Eagles, they just started theirs, drops May 15th.
See what I'm saying? Like Julian Edelman got one.
Yep.
Like so many people got one, man. And I get playful bad. Like, come on, man. My man, he doing his podcast drunk. Michelle Obama, you don't need one, man. Stop it.
Yeah. And
everybody has one. It's crazy. And these famous people got them. They already have 100 million followers, and that's easy for them to take off. Yeah,
and that's why I don't like when like these like you said, famous people or people with a large following or
that's cheap,
they start a podcast, and then I don't like when they get on here and say, "Oh, these sponsor deals are here, y'all. Y'all can get this money. It's money in podcasting." Technically, yes, but if we're talking just sponsors with podcasting, you need a certain amount of listeners.
Yes,
you need a certain amount of viewers. Now it's hard to get listeners on podcasts. Like you're building a community
because it's appointment radio. You know,
like someone has to take an hour out of their day to listen to what you got to talk about. So if you're a celeb coming in and you're getting these views off bucks and you're saying, "Oh, it's easy to get it," it's easy because you already got it. You know what I mean?
Shannon Sharp, Chad Johnson, Ocho Cinco.
Yeah, and I'm not knocking them. That's what they're supposed to do.
No, but I'm saying it's an advantage right there. Bam, you right there already.
Yeah, and they kind of are, you know. I think because no one's going to listen to 100 different podcasts, but no, those are good takes. Definitely a great take. Everyone does have one, goddamn. And even as someone, I've been podcasting technically since November 2019.
Yeah,
and you know, I've always prided myself on doing stuff that other people aren't doing, which is a big reason why I got into podcasting. I was like, I didn't know anybody. And it was only a few pods out there. Joe Budden, Joe Rogan, $1 Million, Drink Champs. It was only a select few.
Right.
I was like, man, let me try this, man. This looks dope. And I tried it, and then no one else did it. To where like now everyone has one.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, that factor of why I wanted to do it then isn't here today.
Yeah.
I still love what I do, of course.
Yeah. Plus you came a long way too.
Yeah. And also everyone kind of has like that same format of podcasting.
Yeah.
And I was in it for a minute, you know. I still do kind of, not really, but even I was in it for a minute. Were you interviewing someone and this crazy ass stories?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I say that to say, with the reason of that and it being oversaturated, I personally think, this is my prediction.
Okay, what's up?
I think that radio is going to bump out podcast within the next, I don't know, just to be on the safe side, 5 to 10 years.
Okay.
And the reason why I said that is because podcast is played back. You're not listening to it live unless you're watching a live streamer, but you can't listen to a live streamer on the go. I got Sirius XM radio. I haven't listened to radio in a minute, but like I said, I've just been catching myself tuning into these conversations that are happening live.
Yes, sir.
And it's such a more personal feeling and way more engaging.
Right, because number one, talk radio is much different. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing sports talk and regular talk. Howard Stern and Drink Champs and the other
Sway 45.
Absolutely. Sway, shout out to Sway, man. It's different because, you know, of course we both know people watching and listening that radio, music, it's repetitive.
Right.
You know, same song.
Yeah.
We don't do the same, you know, unless we're playing the best of, but it's it's fresh and it's new.
Yeah. And it's more personal. It's more,
yes, it is.
It's that connection is there more so than you have to choose between 1,000 different podcasts and maybe you'll like it, but it's played back. So I don't know. I just think people are going to get more to that personal touch because everything is podcast and AI. So we're kind of getting away from that personal connection, that personal feeling. And I think radio is always going to be that because that's what it is, and for nostalgic reasons. Because we grew up listening to Tom Joyner and all that stuff where it was live and you kind of was a part of that. So I think radio is going to bump out podcasts because there's so many in the next 5 to 10 years. That's a good point. That's my bold prediction.
Yeah, because a lot of guys, a lot of people, guys and women, they got their radio shows. You know, you got Steve Harvey said, Tom Joyner, he's kind of gone now. He got a little older, whatever. He retired. But you got D.L. Hughley, Ricky Smiley. Yeah. A lot of people get their own radio shows. They coming in as well. So podcasts, I would say, I guess I would say winning right now.
Yeah, for sure.
Right? It went right now because everybody, the aunties doing it. Yeah. But radio is still here, man, and you still have fun on radio. It's still fun. Come up with content every day, go in there and just do your thing and do your stuff on your radio show. Make your radio show your own, authentic, like you do in your and it's not a podcast, this is actually a show. Yeah, so this this is a show, and what I'm thinking of doing is making this like the day and night. So day and night, what I do, for those who don't know, I stream day and night, but my vision with day and night, because everyone does podcasts, the reason why I'm going more towards that is because that's podcast meets stream meets radio. Right. It's all 3 in 1. Yeah. I'm kind of combining them all because it's live. People can call in and it's engaging. People can tune into it live right then and there. But then you can listen to it the next day on the podcast. Yeah, it is. So I'm like, okay, let me figure out ways to, again, be different. Let me figure out ways to technically still do podcasts and create content, but make it different, make it more engaging, put these other components from radio and live stream into it. That's the name of the game, being different. Yeah. That's the name of the game. Man. That's standing out. Yep. Yeah. But nonetheless, shout out to everybody that does have a podcast. If you need help starting, monetizing, or growing your podcast, I offer consultations. I also have an online course on how to start and run your own podcast. Yep. Click the link in the bio, set up a free 15-minute consultation. We'll find out what you'll need. Especially if it comes to social media marketing, I have over 10 pieces of clips that went viral. When I say viral, I mean at least 1 million views across all social media platforms. So make sure that y'all tap in if you need that. Game is to be sold, not to be told. Game is to just be let out into the universe in general. I've been doing it for 6 years. I kind of know what I'm doing. So look and help other people that's getting started as well. Absolutely. But nonetheless, everybody tuning in. I truly appreciate y'all for tuning into the series premiere of the Q&A show. It's only up from here.
Shout out to my dog QCB. Make sure y'all catch his show, Fox Sports Radio Charlotte, live from 4 to 6, Mondays and Fridays. And how can they tune into it exactly?
Yeah, man, go to foxsportsradiocharlotte.com, click listen live, download the app, Fox Sports Radio Charlotte. If you're in the Charlotte area, it's on 1047 HD Channel 2 in your car, man. And follow me on social media, man, at RealQCB, Instagram.
Yeah, I like how you shouted out your your shows. You kind of put on that radio voice. That was cute. I heard that. I heard you kind of do that. But now it's a great show. Make sure y'all tune into it. You can catch me the Day at Night show. Like I said, it's going to be shot live Mondays on YouTube and Twitch. Mondays from 9:30 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. It's Day at Night because you know what happens at night. The freeze come out. So put the kids away. That's when we're going to be live with it. You can also catch old you can catch old footage of the Day by Day podcast on YouTube. All that stuff is still going to be up. So I had some great interviews on there. But nonetheless, we'll see y'all next time. Make sure that y'all stay safe, stay sane, but most importantly, stay blessed. We gone. Peace.